There's no way. I will be flabbergasted.
Okay.
I know you like me throwing words.
Of course.
Mortified.
Bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
If they got rid of TJ Watt, like that'd be crazy. What's up, RBA family? Thank you for tuning in to the Think RBA podcast, where real ballers adjust. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our new content. Oh, and don't forget, hit the comments. We want to hear from you.
Deep or not that deep, NFL. A lot of contract. There's a contract edition, we'll call it. There's a lot of guys who are in some sort of like butting head situation with the management over contracts and not showing up to pre-camp and all that kind of stuff.
They want to get paid, and they're either skipping mandatory minicamp, right? Or projected. Some of them are going, but they're like no activity, right? They're participating.
Sure.
And then some of them are like potential training camp holdout.
I mean,
if they don't get paid.
So let me read off a few names for you.
Are we gonna do one by one?
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah,
let's do that. So Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals, and his teammate.
Yeah.
Right? Shamar Stewart.
Of course, we're gonna start with the Bengals, and or as they used to be called way back in the day, the Bungles.
The Bungles.
I think the Bungles might be making a return because, first of all, like Trey Hendrickson, fantastic player. His loss is deep. If they cannot come to an agreement with him, that's deep. Dude deserves to be. Now, I get it. He's a little bit older. You know, he might be coming up towards the downside of his career. It hasn't worked out in the past for some organizations to put big money at aging pass rushers. Okay. But I don't know the dude has shown any slide, right? In production to say or predict that he won't continue to be a menace. He's been very vocal about how they've handled this. Maybe they don't have enough money because they paid Bar and Higgins. They put a lot of money in the offense, and maybe the owner is a little
apprehensive,
cheap. So saying that to say, moving on to Shamar Stewart. So then they draft somebody, right? Who it's like, okay, well, they drafted this kid. Is he the potential? Is he potential replacement? On that D line. Maybe doesn't do all the same exact things that Trey Hendricks does, but again, just another D lineman to try to, put pressure, on an offense and get to the quarterback. Like, okay, great. It's super easy to sign rookies, but this is the bungle. So of course, right, they want to add contract language, right? They want to add contract language that no rookie for their team has signed in the last several years. And in fact, not even the E. Higgins contract, which just got done 2.5-3 months ago, it wasn't in his contract either. So Shamar sitting there looking like, why me? Why am I being singled out? Like I gotta sign this saying basically, if I get cut, you waive all my guarantees, you take all my money. Like, why am I gonna sign this shit? Right. I didn't want to come here for that. And again, in college, you come out in the draft, you don't get to pick your employer. Right? You don't get to choose who you interview with. You interview with whoever says they want to interview you. Right. And then you get selected where you get selected. So saying all of this to say, because I'm not going to get into who's right or wrong with the contract, whatever. Like an employer has the right to do a lot of things, right? That's fine. But when you're Cincinnati, division you play in, and the cherry on the top, that's long answer I've given to get to a point of why this is deep. Like, this is so deep. Both of them are deep because you had one of the best offenses last year in the NFL and you did not make the playoffs. Why? Because you couldn't stop a leaky faucet if you wanted to. They couldn't stop anybody. So putting up 30 a game is great. Fun, exciting for the fans. Joey B getting his numbers.
But
Jamari C getting his numbers.
Jamari C.
TH getting his numbers. Shoot, even Mikey G at the tight end position was getting his numbers. Not really, but he was doing well. But when you lose because the other team puts up 34, it's not
getting their numbers.
They're getting right. So like that's why to me for the Bungles, the Bengals, it's really deep because you need to get these guys in there. And if Shamar really is like an heir apparent to Hendrickson, then trade Hendrickson, somebody who needs a pass rusher, and get this other young man in camp and get him and to his credit, he's been there, even though he didn't sign the injury waiver and everything else, but he's been there, not practicing, but getting the mental reps, which I love because he could have just stayed away. That was one thing that I love too. If I must pick a side, I'm more on his side. So, Yeah, Bengals got to get this. This
Wow. And it seems like most people, even media or not, are on his side. Of this story.
Dude, in the division you're in, you've got the Ravens, you've got now Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers, and they're still like they've been perennially right there in the right below the playoff mix. They're trying to push themselves in. You got the Browns trying to do something. We'll see. But like you're in a tough division.
Well,
give Joe as much help, and that's not just shiny toy receivers.
Right.
You give him a defense that can get him back on the field.
Correct. Well, you talked about Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk about his teammate, TJ Watt, the Steelers, right? What's going on there?
I mean, I don't know what's going on, but that's one that's got to get done. I mean, and I believe it will. Like, it's the Steelers, so this is
handle business.
This is the anti-Bungles, right? Like the anti-Bungles. There's no way. There's no way I will be flabbergasted.
Okay.
I know you like me throwing words.
Of course.
Mortified.
Bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
If they got rid of TJ Watt, like that'd be crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy time. So to me, it's not that deep because it's gonna get done.
Okay.
Like, but just the fact that it hasn't got done to now, like, come on, bro, like this is what we're talking about.
What are we talking? Like, what are we doing? Houseway.
Even when he gets hurt and he comes back, he's still like first place sack. Like,
right.
Freaking Moss, get it done. Come on, Steelers, get it done.
Right. Point.
Get it done.
Well, everyone's favorite, the Cowboys.
Speaking of another pass rusher,
Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I knew that's where we were going. Okay, another one. Like, dude, Jerry, come on, man. Like, to me, this one's a lot more deep because I don't know, man. The Cowboys are just a wild card.
They're the Cowboys.
Yeah, but like he's young, right? I mean, he was the same draft as Pitts because we drafted Kyle Pitts before. Revisionist history. He's not like Trey Hendrickson, right? Where you are on the downside. Like, no, he's in his prime. Kind of dude, right? Like, you got Dak. What are we doing? What are we doing, Jerry? Make him. He should be the new bar for the highest paid defensive player in the 100%. League until the next guy, comes up to outdo it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no question about it. You can put him, and not only that, he doesn't even play one position. He's a hybrid. He can go all over the field.
Well, maybe they'll make a historic number in this. Hopefully. We'll see. Let's go local. Our wonderful Commanders. Terry McLaurin. What's happening there?
That one to me is not that deep. I put it almost in the TJ Watt category, which is funny because you don't think of the Commanders as a team that generally gets things done. But these are not your mama's Commanders. They're not your, right. Or the other team, right? Dan Snyder's gone. Got new ownership group in. And if there's one thing that you're going to do, right, it's what? Make your young quarterback happy.
Absolutely.
And you got to have weapons for your young quarterbacks, especially while he's on a rookie deal. Like, the best thing that can happen to a franchise is exactly what has happened with Jaden Daniels. Similar to Brock Purdy, right? You have a young guy on a manageable rookie contract. You build weapons, they ball out from the get-go, build the weapons and everything around them. That gives you your best chance to succeed before you have to then pay said rookie quarterback,
right?
$500 million.
Some crazy amount,
with, $800 million guaranteed. I'm just throwing it out there. But so yeah, they got to get McLaurin. I mean, like, did you watch them play like that? So to me, it's
they're a squad.
It's not that deep because I think it's going to get done. I'm not as confident as the TJ Watt one.
Okay.
Slightly less just because I think the TJ Watt one is the easiest one. But at the same time, like, it just has to. Like, he means too much. He's a fan favorite. He clearly has some chemistry with quarterback. It's got to get done. So I think that the new ownership group, Dan Quinn, shout out to my guy Dan Quinn, former Falcons head coach, they're gonna get it.
Okay. So it's not as deep.
It's not as deep, but it's still deep because he got to get it done.
Got it. Well, let's head up north. Bills territory.
Oh yeah.
James Cook.
This one's weird. Like, it's weird because the Bills have signed other guys from the same draft to extension, but not your running back who had a career year. And like the fact that they have him and Josh Allen as like the two-headed monster of like, okay, I can just sit here and pistol or shotgun and I can give it to James Cook and he gonna run up middle for 7-8 yards, or I can take it and I can scramble. What you gonna do? Take that element out, and your offense is not that versatile.
Right.
And so, once again, I mean, similar to what I just said, but on the flip side, because obviously Josh Allen has the big contract, but you still got to give him weapons.
Sure.
Right? Like Khalil Shaker and Keon Coleman and Dawson Knox.
I mean, they lost
Dalton Kincaid,
losing
like,
Diggs, right?
Well, they lost Diggs. So
Yeah.
but even that, like Amari Cooper, like, but who's in the running back?
Right. Who's
The backup they had last year was not bad either, but he's not James Cook.
Yeah, but that ground game needs to be solid.
Right.
And,
So,
yeah.
to me, that one's deep. That one's like you have cannot go into.
No, for sure. James Cook was cooking
He was
last
cooking,
season,
oh, yeah.
for sure.
He was every time you look up, like another 6-7 yards,
No,
6-5. I
bro,
was like,
my son had him on the fantasy, and he
Yeah.
was like carrying his squad
Bro.
week after week.
week after week.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's head from freezing cold weather to nice, pleasant, sunny beach with Miami
Oh, yeah.
Dolphins.
Welcome.
That's right. Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Oh, he better be a future Falcon. So to me, this is not that deep because
Okay.
this one came out, earlier in the offseason, and they're basically parting ways. Obviously, he's not going up to activities, but yeah, not that deep, but deep in the fact that he better be he is a really, really relationship with our coach.
Oh, yeah?
Raheem was the defensive coordinator with the Rams when Ramsey was with
Okay.
the Rams. So like, and he was on like the pivot. I think it was the pivot was the one where he went deep in on how great of a coach Raheem Morris is. So like, of course, he wants out. Like, it's been the natural place that people talk about. I mean, we have Jesse Bates, and we've got the new rookie that we signed, and apparently there's another guy that he was a 6th or 7th round pick from Alabama, though. Didn't realize he's from the area, though. Yeah, because I found out because I was Googling football camps, and he had a free camp.
Oh, okay.
And I missed
Just missed the
it's
cutoff?
full, like
Oh,
300
of course,
kids.
Of course.
He was doing a free camp in the area.
Nice.
And I was like,
Well, it's always next
yeah, I
year.
missed it.
Next
I mean,
year.
hopefully, yeah. So, but he's apparently getting a reputation as a hitter too. So I don't know how that's all going to play out, but I think Ramsey will be a huge. Our defense, our offense is already stacked.
Okay.
We're in that Cincinnati territory, right? But we just have a better overall defense.
A little better situation.
We just need it all to come together.
Well, just another
But yeah,
year.
Ramsey not deep in front in terms of the contract, but
Deep where he goes.
better be deep from Miami to ATL.
Well, let's go to ATL. Let's head over to the ATL.
I know where you're going to.
And you're a beloved quarterback? No? Not anymore?
Mike Vick?
No, Kirk Cousins. How you like that? Oh, you like that? How you like that?
Yeah, there was a big fuss about him missing something, and then he came back, and he's saying all the right things. I mean, he said, his focus is on this team winning the Super Bowl, no matter how they do it, yada, 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 whatever. I don't, blah, blah. Don't care. Michael Penix show. What I'm really just waiting on is for camp, preseason, whatever happen. Inevitably, somebody's going down. And he should be the first call, right?
Easy.
Think of somebody like if the Colts, right? Anthony Richardson has been injury prone. Daniel Jones is the other guy they brought in from your Giants. If he's not playing well and Richardson's injury prone, that's a call. It's an easy call, in my opinion, right?
Okay.
Colts should be calling like a couple other teams if they don't have a deep quarterback situation, that could use a Kirk. But so for now, it's like hold the clipboard and chill out. It's not that deep because barring him staying on our roster, like the only way he's seeing the field is if NX gets and dear God if that.
Well,
And not to for like I just don't know how he'll play, right? I mean, it's a wild card because he was such a roller coaster. Right? I mean, he had started the season bad.
Yeah.
Then he came out with a 500-yard game, and then he went on a string of a couple good games, and then all of a sudden went on this huge slide. I don't know what to make of it. So,
Well, let's hope it's not a prank call.
well,
But
no more prank calls in the A.
thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.